All right, this is Randalicious, and this is the third Hexis podcast. Thanks to everyone who watched the last couple podcasts and for everyone who gave us topic ideas and asked some questions. We're still trying to level out the volume levels of people, but that's probably always going to be a struggle. In these podcasts, we will be talking about RuneScape, our opinion on things, and other things related to RuneScape, and just some other shit. We're going to be doing these podcasts on a bi-weekly basis, and we're going to try to improve them every time. So if you have any comments, suggestions, topic ideas, or constructive criticism, please either comment below or take a look at the form in the description. And everything's still a work in progress at this point. Start off with the introductions, and I'm Randalicious, and I'm the leader of Hexis.
I'm Sick Nerds, rank 2 overall, and I'm a general in Hexis.
Trance music, I'm rank 29 cooking.
I'm Aubrey or AutumnElegy, and I'm going for max, just joined Hexis.
I'm Clayton, rank 1 magic, also a Hexis general.
Alright, so first question that we got is, what is the longest you've ever stayed up in one session playing?
I think for me it was about 32 hours, and I've never again felt like shit.
Never done a 30-hour before.
Don't.
The longest for me was when I did my Slayer day. Overall, I ended up being up for like 39, 40 hours. Although I did take probably like a 3-4 hour break.
The same thing for me during my Slayer record. I fucked up the first 6 hours and I ended up staying up for about 34, 35 hours. But I stopped during a Black Demon task, so it's fine.
I stayed up about 40 hours, but that was a long, long time ago. I don't think I could do that again.
Pretty long for all of us. Alright, so the next thing is, what is your favorite thing about RuneScape and what do you like about it?
I like that, like, you're not limited to anything. Your character can be everything, and you don't have to fucking make a new, like, on some MMOs you have to pick a class and you're just fucking stuck with it. RuneScape, you can do everything.
I like the lack of physics engine. Really explain it, but everybody moves at the same speed. Everybody attacks at the same attack speed and everything. Well, if you have the same weapon, you know, like some MMOs use stack attack speed and stuff like that. Even RS3, you can do that shit. I don't like that.
For me, I think I really enjoy the grind of it, that you gotta work for what you get. And I don't know, it's just so simple. I really don't even know. I like it.
I think I like the fact that
Yeah, I'm kind of with Randy on that.
I think it's sort of like, as a representative of real life, like it's a simulator in a way, and it can sort of represent like what type of person you are and what your interests are and like how you tend to go about achieving goals and stuff.
Capitalism simulator, so people fucking do some dodgy shit just to
Yeah.
make that money, but you know.
Exactly.
I think
Well,
what I meant with the lack of physics engine was what Randy said, the simplicity of it, and it makes everything really simple and it kind of dumbed down, but everybody's on the same sort of level, kind of.
Yeah, that's why we play old school, not RS3.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that everyone has equal opportunities in the game. It's just a matter of like time and dedication and stuff.
alright, next we got, what do you guys think of unique achievements like Slayer peers, 10 HP peers, skillers, lowest level to getting a 99 in a combat skill, and things like
Yeah,
that?
motorcycle.
I think they're very interesting, but I wouldn't do them myself. I couldn't limit myself to like not being able to access so much content. I like being able to do everything, as I said.
Like, I don't know why you would limit yourself like that, but if you're gonna do it, and I guess I'll respect it if it's actually kind of cool. Like Jamal's account's pretty sick.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I played a level 3 skiller for a little while, and it was kind of fun, but it just got really annoying to not be able to do so many things. But I think it's really impressive when people actually get really far with those types of accounts.
I personally don't try to like make accounts that are limited, but I've always liked like on RS3 when somebody would have like 1 bill XP, but they would be really low combat, like 60 combat or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
something
that's
about
right.
that is just really interesting.
For me, I respect some of them, but it's definitely something I wouldn't ever want to do. I just wouldn't want to limit myself. having any kind of restraints on the gameplay.
Yeah, exactly.
It sucked not to be able to do room crafting efficiently and profit on a skiller.
There is a guy though with 77 combat and untrimmed Slayer. I think that's really cool.
That it's couldn't really do that. I wouldn't have the patience to either.
Yeah, I like achievements like that.
All right. Next is what is an update which would make you consider quitting the game?
Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, microtransactions.
Bonus XP weekends as well.
I
And-
think I'm too addicted to quit over a bonus XP weekend. Wouldn't like it, but being honest with myself here,
It's a stepping stone to microtransactions.
that's true.
Also,
Probably
there's
about
like
most of the updates from RS3 would probably make it.
Yeah, for me it would be the microtransactions, being able to buy XP and shit. I saw that there was some dude. I saw on Twitter that some guy got 80 mil Slay XP in a day.
Yep.
Whatever the fuck he did, I would
Pretty sure
probably
he doesn't
quit
have
if
a
something
single
like that
99
came.
as well, apart from Slayer.
Wow.
There's a top page RS3 player that's pretty much bought bonus XP for literally every skill. I think he's bought 200 mil rune crafting, or 100 mil because you only get the bonus, and then you do the rest of it. 100 mil rune crafting, 100 mil div, 100 mil fishing, 100 mil woodcutting. That shit's crazy.
Those
Yeah,
few-
pay to win is really not cool.
did bonus or you get it automatically.
I think it's bonus, so it's just double XP permanently.
You only
which
have to do
saves you
half
the
of
time.
fishing.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Actually, I think 2 weeks ago in the Q&A, they were honestly considering doing preset banking.
But fuck,
They did a
mate.
straw poll, and like half people said they wanted it, and they were like, okay,
I
we'll
was
talk
so
about it later.
surprised. I was so surprised he got so much.
Be
That
so
shit would
bad.
Like
make-
a straw
it would-
poll doesn't mean shit. Half the people watching were probably RS3 nerds. Like,
Hey, don't be hitting on the RS3 nerds, mate.
doesn't mean anything.
But I think pretty much all the skill in skilling on this game is banking quickly. If you
Yeah.
put preset banking in, it's like the little skill that is in the game is gone.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine, like, for rune crafting, you have preset banking up to withdraw all your S and have it fill up all your shit as well. I don't know, just stuff like that just doesn't seem like it should have a place in the game. It would make,
It just seems way too automated.
yeah, it would make, like, making super combat pots real easy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said they wanted to do filling your pouches while inside the bank, so I don't know.
How do you
I don't
guys
like
feel
that
about
either.
that?
I don't like it just because, again, ruins the skill in banking quickly, I think.
Well, I mean, what they would probably do would make you have to, like, have your finger on the shift and click, and it would probably fill.
There'd probably just be a right-click option. Like, right-click fill.
The gem
While you're
bag
in the
can do
bank.
that already, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it came out
Yeah.
very recently.
So that's, I mean, they can do that. They can do it with pouches.
Has anyone ever tried that with the gem bag yet? See what it's like?
I've not used it since I finished thieving.
Yeah, me
I'm actually
neither.
at load right now, so I can see when I next bank.
Yeah. I don't really like the idea of that. But alright.
Yeah, I wouldn't really care that much either way. It's kind of not a huge game changer.
Reynez asks, how did each of you come up with your names?
Well,
Well, mine is my first name, so
yeah, that's pretty complicated. How do you ever think of that one, man?
Come back and
My name
I don't know.
is
Sometimes I
because-
forget.
Mine's because I'm a fanboy. There was a streamer called Carl at the start of old school who always used to call people a sick nerd. I was like, mate, that'd make a pretty fucking sick name, so I took it. And
About Retro
there I
Monado.
am. That was a terrible name. I'm glad that's not there anymore.
What was the root of that name?
I used to be in a quick scoping clan. Xbox. I was known as Retro, and I wanted to leave the clan, so I wanted to make an extension of that, and I was like, fuck it, mate, let's put a Manano at the end. Because why not?
This is why I said to remove him from the podcast.
I just like trance music. That's about it.
Yeah, for me, I got this name with when all the names were released, and I just liked it because I really like room crafting. So I spent like 5 hours trying to get it.
So
Next,
yeah, thanks for that.
next we got. Do you pronounce it wyvern or wyvern?
Wyvern.
Wyvern.
I looked it up. It's Wyvern.
Yep, see you,
I've
mate.
never heard it pronounced the second way, so wyvern.
Wyvern.
I have heard a couple people say wyvern.
Yeah, I've heard lots of people say Wyvern and Wyvern.
They say it on stream,
I haven't.
like the Q&A streams. Like the British people say Wyvern.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of streams. I guess that's probably why.
I say wyvern.
Wyvern just sounds shit. I don't like it. I know
Yeah,
Trickle
like that
says
YouTube
that,
channel
but
that
yeah,
has pronunciations for all different words. It's Wyvern.
confirmed, myth busted.
Next, who are your favorite and your least favorite J mods?
Dash Ash one. There we are.
Ash and John C.
Is John C your least favorite or what?
Oh no, both of them are tied for favorite, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Least favorite probably Infinity, because he made a stupid post and doesn't understand anything about mouse keys not hotkeys when he was talking about it.
I don't even know
I
who
hear
my
it's also
least favorite
Ash.
is. Can't think of least favorite, but a lot of
I'm just gonna not answer that
weird
question.
ones. Yeah, I don't want to get banned,
Political
mate.
reasons.
Yeah, I feel
At least
kinda
Yeah,
favorite
bad.
mod
exactly.
is
Just
I'm
say
sure
you
his
don't
he's
like.
idea
not a bad
was
guy,
Squeal of
but,
Fortune.
No.
Say you don't like a J mod that has no power, you'll be fine.
I would say my favorite J mod is easily Ash, and my least favorite J mods would probably be Mod Matt K and Mod Archie. Won't go into detail why,
Yeah.
but but those I do like John. I like a motivated and focused John C. When he is focusing, I think he can do a real great
Yeah,
job.
when he's not following Buddy around as a snake, it's pretty good. He does a really good job.
I like Reach. About a year ago or so, I wasn't sure how I felt about him, but over time I really started to like him a lot more and what he's been able to do and bring to the team. Ghost as a person, I think, is a really great guy. He
I don't like his style. It's
he
too
still needs to
aristocratic.
improve in his artwork, and I mean he knows that, and he's a great guy. I wanted to point this out when he made a tweet about the Snake Boss thing. There was like 20 to 50 responses that he got from it on Twitter, and he responded to every single person who gave him some constructive criticism. He is a great guy.
Yeah, he seems like he really cares a lot about the job.
Yeah, so I like him. Um, did I not talk about a mod? Am I forgetting somebody? Oh, I think Weth is fantastic at his
Oh
job.
yeah.
Yeah.
How could you forget Weth, man? He's the king.
He is a great. I'll put him in one of my favorites. He is very good.
Who's the
Yeah.
CEO? Is it MMG?
No, he's left. I think Mod
Mod
Pips
Pips
replaced
now.
him now. I
Oh,
think Mod
okay.
Pips is the guy who said GP swapping will be allowed at the start of Old School.
Okay, I hate him.
Sad face.
Oh, James and Simon too.
Yeah, they're alright.
One.
Anyone got any other mods? Oh, hey, shout out to Mod Alfred. I hope you come back. You were a fantastic
Oh, yeah.
mod.
I
Please do.
definitely want him back.
You were great for the game, and you did a great job.
Artist, and he's a cool guy as well.
He's awesome. All right.
Next.
What is your what do you think is the most pointless skill and why?
I'd say from level 1 fire making, but past 67 construction.
I would say probably fire making. I mean,
Yes, fire making.
Yeah, fire making.
Slayer.
I guess
Why
Slayer
why
is actually
Slayer?
kind of pointless because it's
It's
just a
pointless.
task
What
system.
does
I don't know. I'd like
brings
to
a
hear
whip
you
into the game?
elaborate on it.
It brings a
I
whip into the game. Big deal.
I can see where it's coming from. Like those monsters won't even have to be Slayer monsters. Like the Slayer skill is literally talk to a guy, get told to kill something.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of true. But it's
Um,
fun.
but I have to say for fire making, even though it's pointless, it's probably one of the most unique skills. Like every other skill, you're bank standing and using 14 items on 14 other items, and fire making's just not like that. So it's pretty unique.
It's unique, but at the same time, I think it's pointless.
I actually like it. I wouldn't like them to change it, to
You
be
like that
honest.
XP is what you like. If it was like 80K an hour, you'd be singing a different tune.
Maybe.
I just don't think there's really much draw to fire making. There's just nothing appealing about it.
I honestly think that construction could be like so much better than it is. I think it has so much potential and it just doesn't live up to it at all. Because I
Absolutely,
mean,
with
past
being able to
systems and nothing
customize
used, so.
houses and stuff like that.
I'm pretty sure on at Roomfest last year, not the one this year, they talked about fixing construction up. So instead of just basically building furniture and ripping it up and building it again, they were going to
It's
change
so
it so
pointless.
you are given a task to make a house of certain specs. So it has a fireplace, it's got 2 floors, 8 rooms, example, and then you build that and you get the XP for completing the house. That'd be
You're
kind
like a
of cool.
contractor.
Yeah, so it'd be like
Yeah.
house designing.
I kind of like
It's
that
kind of
idea.
cool.
It's different.
I wouldn't mind it. It'd probably be better than just building furniture over and over again.
It would
Yeah.
probably have to be really good XP per hour.
Probably.
Will be cheaper.
Yeah, that's
So you
true.
won't have to use mahogany.
Eh,
Just use
that is
like a
true.
fireplace is what, limestone bricks.
You could use marble depending on, I don't know.
It could be cheaper.
Could be, yeah. Could be a lot more
Less
as
like
well.
XP. Yeah.
Alright, now we're talking about the most pointless skill. We'll move on. What is your favorite skill? I think we've answered this before, but
I'm pretty sure we have. There's a quick question anyway. Mine's Slayer, even though it's very simple. I just like it because there's a lot of variety. You're always doing something different, which I like.
Rune crafting or farming.
I really like
Exactly.
Cooking, obviously.
I really like Slayer and farming a lot. Those probably be my two favorites.
Farming is pretty amazing. I like it. Everyone seems to
I
fucking
like that
hate
it's
farming.
different than any other skill.
Yeah, everyone hates it. I don't know why. Or at least the majority of people seem to dislike it.
Everyone's got their own opinion.
I guess it's because they don't know how to train it properly. Like, the amount of people ask me how to farm, it's like, I don't know, you use a rake on a patch and plant a seed. Kind of self-explanatory, really.
I don't know. I wouldn't say people not knowing how to train it properly. I think maybe having to wait to harvest might have something to do with it.
Maybe. I remember back in the day, I used to just like stand next to the patch as High Alking or something.
Yeah, I used to do that. I would only farm in Catherby, and then I would go and chop normal trees and kill the unicorns while I waited for my crops to grow.
Oh, I used to chop willows and catch lobsters while I did that, but the same thing, kind of.
Oh, that's awesome.
Noob days, man.
Alright, if you could add one thing to the game, what would it be?
Um, Probably capes of achievement, to be honest. I just like capes. I don't really want any major update. It's
Yeah,
just
actually,
nice
I
to
would like to
see,
see like milestone capes.
yeah, like 10, 20, 30, 40 up to max, and then 200 mil capes would be nice.
Yeah, those
And
actually
if,
really
Yeah, I
helped
like
me to
200 mil
max the first
capes.
time because I would go for those, and then I'd gradually get my skills up, and then it just went to max cape.
then a 200 mil all cape, which gives 1,000 strength bonus.
Right.
I would say
Honestly,
probably
they have those.
I'd say probably adding in capes like that, like a max cape, 200 mil cape, things like that, or just a whole bunch of other quality of life updates would probably be on my
When I first
list.
added Backscape, they also added like all those 50 plus all stats capes. Didn't do
Yeah.
anything, but get like a 90 plus all stat cape is still kind of cool.
Yeah, I love that cape.
would most like to see a 5-minute logout timer for combat.
Yes.
Oh yes.
That would be a very good update.
Yep.
Anyone else got anything? Alright. What are your guys' opinion on the snake boss and its rewards?
There's only one reward that I don't like. That's the helmet, which gives you immunity to poison.
I
It kind of just
kind
makes
of
anti-poison's dead content.
I
That's
kind of
kind of
like
okay.
that for the cuz it'll be very helpful for killing the snake boss. That's one thing that I like about it.
Think about the price of anti-poison, man. They're like 10 each, like on RS3.
Is that what they
I
are?
think antidotes are like 50 GP each.
Wow.
You get the dungeoneering thing, right?
Yeah, it's kind of the
Yeah,
same
you
thing
want
as
it for
that.
pyramid plunder also.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. But like for Slayer, you wouldn't use it on
Yeah,
Alpha
you
Lights.
wouldn't,
So
but
use Slayer
I
Hole.
guess it'd be good for soloing Zami and stuff, but it's kind of
Yeah.
pointless bringing it out and making like 4 potions dead content. What we should actually do is make it so you can use the potions on the helmet and it like stores it. Do you know like the helmets which like stored summoning scrolls?
Yeah,
Kind of
That would
like
be
that,
cool.
but with anti-poison.
good idea.
That'd be pretty cool.
I like the sound of that. I don't know what that is in RS3, but I do like the idea of using potions on it. I don't think they'll be making that an update to it, but that would be a great idea. I like that a lot.
Definitely more balanced and less game changing.
I do like though that they're finally adding in a better DPS helmet than the free Neats Not helm.
Yeah, I always thought there was a place for a new helmet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I saw
I haven't
Jonathan
got to
and
read
someone
much
else
about it.
talking on Twitter about possibly getting pretty much some kind of combination of the Slayer helm and that Snake Boss helm. To pretty much you would have like a Slayer helm with like +5 strength or something like that.
And a shit ton more defense.
Yeah.
I'm against that.
You make it like 1k Slayer points or something.
I would almost be okay with it if it had like a 90 Slayer rec and you had to use like 1,000
You
points.
should require
Yeah.
like a pretty high either crafting or smithing level to craft the helmet though.
Like
'Cause I think
85 or
the
so.
current one's 55, so it should be like in the 70s to 80s, I think.
Isn't making the Slayer ring 75? 71?
Yeah, so it should be 85. That would kind of, you know, be alright.
I would be okay with that. I mean, it would only increase XP, but it degrades. You'd be paying hella money for it as well. I don't know, that'd
And
be
there's the
okay.
blowpipe also, which could be really cool because
I'm
darts are
glad-
basically dead
I'm
content.
glad that darts will finally have a use. I hope they make throwing axes and javelins useful as well.
Yeah.
Well,
One thing they could do for rune throwing axes, people use it at the Dagannoth King doors because it bounces off the walls. They could make the spec work at Kraken boss, so it bounces off all the tentacles and you can start attacking it faster.
Yeah, that would be useful.
I would send
think I
that. I would send
suggested
that in. That's a really good
You
suggestion.
requested it like 6 months ago. They
Yeah, I
shit.
requested it ages ago and they never did a thing, but I thought it was a really cool idea.
That is a really cool idea. I like that a lot. It would be really helpful. Because I know it takes a little bit just to attack that shit.
I think with a Jmod say it'd be kind of hard to code.
That's the excuse.
Yep.
I like that
Hard and
in their second release of the dev blog of the rewards that they're gonna be that thing. I don't know, like venomous fang or whatever. Is that it goes on to the trident? That's really gonna make the trident really, really fucking strong. It's already very good for what it does, and it's only gonna get stronger. I'm okay with
Yeah,
that though
right,
because it
yeah,
can't be
come on.
used in any PvPe. But the trident's gonna be really fucking good.
And also
Yeah,
the
more money.
defender. The
I think
dragon
they've
defender
removed
with
that.
poison and shit.
I think they removed that from the dev blog because a lot
Oh,
of people
really?
were complaining that they wanted to get the Dragon Defender from the Warriors Guild, which I don't like. Like it's not even new content; it's just an extension of old content, which is really boring. I think the
If they made,
Snake
like,
Boss would have been a
they
much
made, like,
better
a
place
Cyclops
for it.
boss or something.
Yeah, that'd be actually cool, but just having it drop from normal Cyclopses is just
Yeah, that's really lame.
pretty boring. I don't know. They could like, I think they suggested having like a basement area to the place before, and stuff will be down there. I
How
think
was
someone
the Dragon
suggested
Defender introduced in RS3?
regular Cyclopses,
Really?
just
There
like you
were
get a Rune
some kind of
Defender.
like big Cyclopes that could spawn, but I don't think you had to get it from them. It had like a
Yeah,
higher drop rate or something.
pretty boring.
Yeah, it wasn't too interesting.
That does sound kind of lame. I think the Snake Boss, though, overall is going to be good for the game with the potential that it can bring. And I'm really looking forward to, like, killing it because you have to use multiple attack styles. I wonder what's going to be the two best to use on it. Like, would using range and melee be better, or would be
Ruby bolts, right?
that would probably be what you'd use, or like diamond. And for the chumps, you could
Think,
use like broad.
I think Trident's too cheap to use. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, with that update to the, if they when they come out with that or attachment to the trident, you could be hitting like 38s with the trident
That's OP as fuck.
at the same speed as a whip, and that would be really fucking good. I wonder. It'll be interesting to see what the best method of killing the boss will be.
Yeah, I always like solo bosses. I used to love Glysaurus back in the day.
Looking forward to it though, that's for sure. Alright, Yisk says, would you like to see more player suggested updates in the future? We did get Motherload 9 and Rooftop Agility so far from player suggested. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'd like to see some more of those.
I'd say both of them are pretty good content. I think Motherload was a little bit too OP for mining, but as long as they don't increase it anymore, then it won't be too bad. But rooftops are really cool, and it would be cool to see more ideas.
let's see about the new continent.
What's that?
A room
Yeah,
for
definitely.
the new continent with lots of room for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I hope they do have a few more coming up soon. Artisan was a player suggested update, or yeah, player design content, and it didn't pass. But I don't know. I think the ones in the future have got a lot of potential to be good, and I hope that they do those more often. I would be cool if they did them like 4 times a month, or not month, 4 times a year. If they could have them at that kind of frequency, I would really like that a lot. I think that the players have got a whole lot of potential, and there's a lot of people who are very brilliant and can come up with a lot of good content ideas. Question that I have for you guys now is, what do you think is the most underrated or underappreciated item in the game?
The Law Rune, they kind of fucked without those. Walking around everywhere, fucking nah, horrible. Probably the Law Rune for sure.
I'd probably go with the Law Rune as well. I mean, we really take it for granted being in the game. The game would really suck if you had to always walk around.
Yeah, that'd be fucking terrible.
I've never actually thought about that. Yeah, it's pretty underappreciated.
I'm gonna go with
OP.
Team Battle Staff.
Battle Staff hash one, man. Not that many people like do magic imbue or humidify though, so that's probably why it's underappreciated, just because it's underused.
Yeah.
I think chins are pretty underappreciated for range. That is, because
Oh yeah.
if people aren't like using a cannon while slaying, like to get 99 or whatever, they're real. I mean, the XP increase for range was drastic when chins came into the game. I think those are really underappreciated.
I was kind of hoping when Old School came out it'd have no hunter, just because I kind of like killing shit with bolts and arrows, it's fun. Yep.
Gambino agrees.
Yeah, probably.
He would really like that a lot. I'm trying to think of something else that's really underappreciated. Can't really think of that much.
Handbag maybe.
Uh, gem bag isn't really used by that many people though, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the point.
I really appreciate it.
Pretty useful.
Yeah.
I think you can make a few 100k an hour mining gems at Sheila Village with it.
Oh, I think the Abyss is very underappreciated.
Oh, I misheard, sorry.
What?
But you said gem bag.
We did for a minute.
Okay, I'm fucking tired, man. But yeah, without the Abyss, man, you'd be running to an altar. That'd be
That
so
would be
terrible.
so bad. The
think
I
Abyss
think
that's
is
RC was out for like at least a year before Abyss came out. I can't
really.
remember exactly.
Did everyone get 99 before Abyss?
I'm not
No,
sure.
it came out like this, like 2005. It's been out for a while.
Yeah, RC
Or-
came out in '03 with RS3, right?
The Abyss is really
RS2.
underappreciated. That's for sure. Couldn't imagine doing crafting any other way, really.
I don't even know if they had the idea of runners back then.
I'm not sure. I think that's it for underappreciated items.
First person to get 99 RC was in September 2004.
How long was that after it came, or after the skill came out?
When did RuneScape 2 come out?
It was
It
like
was either
05-ish, 04, I don't know.
1 December 03, so it was like
Oh.
basically the beginning of 04. So it took the first person like 9 months to get 99 RC.
Wow.
Ouch.
That is a long time. Alright, Warrior07RS asks, why are the requirements for Hexis what they are at the moment? I don't know, that's what they've been for a really long time, and it's what the previous leader had set as the requirement. And we've just really been going with that for a long time, and I haven't seen any reason to increase it or decrease it. I haven't really seen any reason to change them. It's what I
Yeah, you've
came
probably got that
into.
covered, man. I don't think
Took me a long
there's
time
any
to
other
get it.
reasons for that. I think if we lowered it, it'd ruin the prestige of the clan. And if we raised it, we'd be, I don't know, keeping too many people out, and our clan would be so small. It'd be like 10 people just circle jerking each other for being nerds.
Vision!
Shout out.
Dolan asks, what was your first 99 and how did you get it? Me, I got 99 Hunter. That was my first 99. And I just did red chins from 63 to 99. It was really early in the game, like March, April 2013.
Well, the first night
Yeah,
was
that's
everyone was
exactly what I
cooking
did.
back
Whoa.
in 09.
Oh, yeah. A lot of yelling.
I'll wait. Hey, alright. My first 99 was cooking, and I AFK'd Sharks. Because I didn't know free ticking existed, but I probably wouldn't have done that shit anyway, because, I don't know, back then I didn't really care about being efficient or anything.
I was watching one of your older videos a few days ago, and it was funny to see you running around in an untrimmed cooking cake.
Yeah,
Oh,
mate.
shit.
Best care.
Wow.
Mine was also
Mine was cooking on RS3, but on old school it was Hunter.
Yeah, mine on old school was rune crafting.
Oh, yeah. Untrim RC.
Missed that cape.
What was yours, Trance?
cooking. I think you did that or fletching.
Okay, remember, man. I thought it was like a special moment for you.
Yeah, it was.
RNG Sora says, what are your guys' thoughts on a possible fire cape upgrade?
Looks like a bunch of grips.
Not
Never
the.
seen it.
You don't need to just think that it's maybe the one that Ghost did or the one that Reach has done with like the recoloring. Just maybe like, I guess stat wise of a possible upgrade.
I wouldn't mind. I'm pretty indifferent to it. I won't mind.
Yeah, I think something like the kiln would be cool because it was really hard, or at least at first it was. But the cape was obviously a bit better.
Are they actually talking about doing it, or
I'm not sure.
I haven't heard
I
much
haven't seen this
support
yet?
or uproar about trying to get an upgraded fire cape. But I do think there's a possibility they may look into doing something like that with a new continent because of that like volcanic city and there's like warrior people. I don't know.
Yeah, they sound really similar to the Tsar.
They really do. Maybe it's possible they could add that in there. I don't know
Yeah, I
how
can
I
totally
feel
see that.
about it. Um, I really like how the fire cape looks right now. I guess I'm indifferent about an upgrade. All right, what skill are you guys doing in the game right now, and what method are you using for training it?
Oh God, I'm cooking sharks.
I'm
Life, man.
currently... Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was just mocking.
I'm currently mining, and I'm actually at motherload because I didn't want to be doing quarry and making a bunch of noise with my mouse
The
keys.
load is love. The load is life.
Yeah, normally I do quarry for mining because I like it a lot better.
I'm cooking sharks right now. Doing cooking 200 mil sharks.
Reticking shacks at the moment as well.
Cool.
Awkward.
Everyone's fucking doing shacks. Lovely.
What about you, Clayton?
He hasn't gained any XP this month. Talking about.
He's dead.
Yeah, sorry, I was busy. Yeah, I've been busy with work for like the past month, so
Hasn't really
pretty
had an
much done
opportunity.
nothing.
Alright, do you guys compare yourselves to players like Suomi, Drumgun, King Duffy, and other players like that from back in the day? Or were you not interested in the race to 200 mil all from like '08 to 12?
I never compare myself to any player, really. I don't know. I get a lot of people like, you're the Zezima of old school, and I'm like, nope, I ain't quit yet, mate. But, you know, I don't really compare myself to anyone. Seems kind of stupid. I mean, uh, you're your own person, you're not somebody else from 8 years ago.
I've always thought those people were really cool, but I've never like had as big achievements as them, mostly just because I haven't had the time to play and stuff like that.
I don't,
Everybody think King Duffy was a noob.
Was it like 40 years old? Said he was 40 years old.
His
Thanks,
videos
that's
are
what I
pretty
heard.
good. Every single one except for like two, he has I Need a Dollar by Aloe Black. But they're
Oh
good
yeah, I
videos.
remember those.
I don't really compare myself to any of those players who played RS3. Um, I don't see myself like them either. But that is what it is. D
I would say that
close.
old school players definitely focus on efficiency more than players back then did.
I think that has to do a lot with like the culture of how RuneScape evolved.
Yeah, definitely.
People didn't know what efficiency was back then. It was
Yeah,
just
it's funny to think about.
a very different game back then.
Yeah. D close says, "What are your guys' thoughts on Iron Man and how it has gone so far? Also, have any of us made an Iron Man?"
I never made an Iron Man.
Fire.
Lies. Now,
I think it's gone well, but the problem with Iron Man is there's a lot of people who choose not to be an Iron Man, as in abuse shops. I know some popular streamers have pretty much got like 90 crafting by transferring it off their main indirectly.
call him out.
And you can... I'll leave it,
Call
but
him
I
out.
think most people will know what I'm on about anyway. And you can also tank bosses on your main and kill them on your Iron Man. As long as you don't do any damage on your main, you'll get the drop, so you can very easily get, you know, high-level PVM gear just by tanking on your main.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
think
really
it's not
work.
perfect, and it's unfair that a lot of people are abusing different glitches and stuff, but it is cool to, or I don't know if they're glitches, but just oversights But I think it's an interesting way to see people play the game, and it's been kind of fun. I've been playing my own account.
I think it's been
I would-
going well. There's been a lot of people who have made them, and I haven't made one. I never will make one, but I do like that other people like to do it. And I guess the real problem with it was how you said that there's a lot of oversights with people abusing a lot of shit to get unfair advantages in Iron Man.
I'd probably honestly quit my account if I wasn't so far into it for Iron Man. I love the game mode style and I really appreciate it, but I don't know. I've addicted to this account, man. I just like getting the XP.
I would say that overall I enjoy my main more, but I think it might be partly just because I'm a lot higher level on my main, so I'm doing more interesting stuff than I am on my Iron Man, and I'm a lot more limited on my Iron Man.
Yeah, I guess the restrictions I wouldn't really like as well. I know I was talking about before, like when people have like their unique achievements that I wouldn't want to restrict myself. That really applies to Iron Man as well. Clayton, your thoughts?
I personally like Iron Man. I haven't had much time to play it, but I do have an account, and the name is Muggle. It's pretty much been all thieving and hunter so far.
You enjoying it?
Yeah, whenever I have time to play, I try to like multi-log, but I haven't had much time to play at all, really.
All right. Uh, hard to pronounce his name.
It's
AX
Axelix.
Axilix.
Think so. I'd think so,
I
anyway.
never would have. All right. All right. He wants us to talk about Etsk 1 mil farm day, how he did it, and is it more than just being knowledgeable about farm ticks? The biggest thing is being knowledgeable about the farm ticks because you don't want to fuck up your cycles. For his farm day, he started off. He had like all of the he had all the trees already ready, including the spirit trees as well, and he was doing melon runs every time he had the opportunity to. I believe he did a lot of the bushes as well. Like,
Bushes, it is the Harmony patch with the melon patch over there. Also, he was like, I think it was like 20k XP off 1 mil, like an hour before the end or something. So, bagged plants to round it up to 1 mil. Did look a lot
You
nicer.
guys mentioned spirit trees, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of it though has to do with his knowledge of the farm ticks.
Yeah, if you compare his time for 200 mil farm to the first 200 mil farm, it's like insane how much he knows and how efficient he was with farming.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Really good day that he had. I don't think it'll be beaten unless people fake it
It
with
will
these.
probably get beaten when Achievement Diaries come out, because I think they're adding
That's what I was gonna
a new
get.
patch to Harmony Islands and possibly a new tree patch, and there's 1 mil in XP lamps you're gonna get, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Well,
that's the main thing that I don't like about the XP lamps.
really impressive though, what he was able to do. Thundercat says, "Why doesn't Sick Nerd want XP rates to increase? How does he see the game evolving or developing without XP rates increasing?"
Fucking being called out here, man.
Yeah,
I
call
don't
that.
mind XP rates increasing like a little bit, like I don't know, mining increasing from 60 to 70k, yeah, whatever, cool, but something like Hunter going from 100k to 700k like it is on RS3, hell no. Like I don't mind small increases, but just making them like 700 times faster is not really very good for, long time players who, value their speed, I guess.
I think he's worried about Link's Titan passing him.
Can
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I They are so good.
All right, that one was. He put you on the
All
hot
good.
seat there. All right, Celery Under wants us to talk about our opinion on GP swapping.
GP swapping is bad.
I don't like it because of the unfair advantage that people who had played RS3 in the past were able to obtain by being able to transfer over money, things like that. But it really all started with them allowing it to happen. I mean, they had a choice whether they wanted it to be in the game or not, and they were totally fine with it. I used to use it all the time for getting bonds, although I do have membership now. I got that Amazon deal where they were having it $4 a month, so I bought that for a lot of that. I'd rather pay $4 a month than 2 mil a month.
I think I'm more worried about people making a shit ton of bank off of it for not really doing anything besides turning their stream on, sitting in a bank.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who do that.
I just use it for
Get scammed.
bonds. That's about it.
I wouldn't have honestly started playing old school. The way I saw it is, it's a fresh start for everyone, so it's fair. But GP swapping makes it like not a fresh start, so you can just transfer, for example, like 50 bill from RS3, and you've got loads of money for 200 mil. Rip. No, but I don't like that you can transfer from one game to a completely different game. And it's not completely different; it's still RuneScape, but it's a different game. That's the way I see it, and you should be able to transfer your money over just to gain benefits in one, and you don't do anything in that game.
Alright, if they came out with bonds in old school, would you be okay? Or I don't know. What would a lot of people use it, and I think the majority of people use it for bonds.
Yeah, they do. I use it for bonds.
So I don't know if they put bonds in old school. I think that they would have more of a reason to get rid of GP swapping. I don't really know what I'm trying to say.
I would honestly rather have bonds in old school than GP swapping.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
If the worry is, people start buying money with bonds and it's legal. You can still do that. You just do it on RS3 and transfer it over with swapping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it, it just makes the swappers less money, really.
Yeah, plus, no one competitive is gonna spend $1,000 in real life just to get a mil.
Have you seen RS3, mate? The guy's bought all
Well, just
his
to
fucking
get a
XP.
couple hundred mil, which is what it would be probably.
There's a few guys who would do it,
But people,
but the majority
people
wouldn't.
like some people who swap GP and make a lot of money off of it are somewhat competitive in their viable skills. So
Yeah.
and those people wouldn't be able to make money anymore, really.
True.
I guess some people would still swap, but not as often.
Alright, APK says, what's it like being in a clan where in some point in time you'll be competing for ranks with every other clan member? I like that a lot. It really it gives a really nice competitive feel. I like that a lot, being able to, I guess a high level community is a lot of fun instead of other people, instead of people being isolated from each other and competing. I like the interaction between people who are.
Friendly competition is good competition. I don't think at any one point we've had two guys close to each other who were like flaming each other. Oh, you did this. I think it's all been pretty chill up to this point.
Yeah, it's
I
good
think it's
competition,
more of a
especially
positive thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
when everybody's on the same fair level playing field, right?
Friendly competition. Alright, Adam, what was this guy's name? Aurelix?
Axilix, I think.
Alright. Is it true Jebram tried to PK Drary when Drary was going for the Agility Day record? If so, why? Maybe explain the situation and what went down. Drary was going for the day record in Agility. He started it off at Dorgish Khan, where he redeemed that tool or whatever the hell that is for an extra couple
0.5k.
for an extra bit of XP, and then he did his agility in a PvP world, which he didn't get randoms in. And at this point in time, there were still randoms in the game that would slow you down, and Jebram was complaining to him, saying that the record wouldn't be like legit or something like that. Like he wanted him to break it on like even ground. So Jebram hopped to the world. Dreary was doing agility and started entangling him, telling
Hop out entangle, mate.
hop or entangle. And
He did eventually hop.
yeah, and did he break Jebram's record or no?
Yep.
Yeah, he fucking
Pretty sure he
smoked it.
did.
All right,
For like 30k more than him, I think.
let's see. Pulling it up, he beat it by 9k
10K.
XP.
Oh,
So
well.
And then Jobber lost his rank, right?
Yeah, we degened him after that. Just because it's not really acceptable to go around killing other skillers when they're trying to do something like that.
Then I beat Jebram. Haha.
all right.
Yeah, mate. Then Brad beat you. I mean, what?
All right, 52 minutes in, and this is the first time the word has been said. If splashing isn't removed, are there any alternative methods to making nature runes rise in price again?
Tan leather spell that's coming out and the glory charge thing, even though not many people will be able to do it, but I think tan leather will be a good way to make money. I think on RS3 you use the runes and you tan 5 leathers, which is cheaper than well, not cheaper than it's cheaper than buying the leathers if you buy the dehides, and it's good magic XP.
Yeah, but it's an elite reward.
Yeah, not many people will be able to do it.
The people who are able to do it won't waste their time doing it.
That is true.
I don't know. It's probably pretty good. I think it's profitable as well.
I think Trance has a good point.
I mean, Clayton, if you were going for Tungible Magic again, and that's a profitable way to get good magic XP, you'd probably do that,
Yeah, it
right?
depends on how much
No,
XP it gives.
I probably would have started splashing, honestly. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'd say they should make at least like 150 to 200k magic XP per hour and profit. And it'll be similar to Plank Make, but it has to be better than Plank Make or else it's kind of pointless.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to see it similar to Plank Make, if not slightly better.
All right, it's Bruno says, what is your favorite and least favorite Slayer task, not including the ones you have already blocked? My favorite is Dagnuts. I have not had the opportunity to kill Smoke Devils yet. I would probably say them, but I like Dags. Hella XP. I would also say Black Demons as well because of how much you can do IRL at the same time while doing them. Least favorite would...
I kind of like Blood Velds.
They're nice. My least favorite is probably Abyssal Demons, only because that's the only Slayer task I would do that you couldn't use a cannon on. But yeah, the getting a whip drop is great, but I didn't like not using a cannon.
I kind of like them, then, you know, different, and you can do a lot of bolts while you do them.
What was
I think
it?
my favourite task is Sukwas, just because they're like 60k an hour, pretty AFK, and they're normally empty because no one really does them. Everyone thinks they're a bad task, but they're like the best task in the game apart from Smoke Devils.
They are really rare
And,
because Neve does not assign them much.
Derridol assigns them a fair bit. My least favourite task is Aberrant Spectres, just because they're so common and they're really dull, but they're not bad enough to deem blocking, really.
I'm too
Yeah,
low
Aberrant
of Slayer
Spectres.
to really pay attention to Slayer.
Yeah, fuck
Mutated
Aberrant
Zygamites
Spectres,
are
man.
just stupid.
You actually do them?
No, but I've had to do them before when I didn't have enough points, and it was pretty tragic.
Yeah, they're pretty horrible.
I did have to do Turoths once, which was really painful.
You guys are lucky you had points to do it. Back in my day when I did 99 Slayer, I had to fucking skip for like 49 skeletons
Back in
and
my
63
day.
ghosts and, oh,
Been
mate,
horrible.
ghost tasks were the worst.
My
Where
least
did you
favorite
kill them?
task that I have to do is Hellhounds, because they don't drop shit. But they said they're going to rework it next year, so we'll see how they do with that.
Yeah, they should.
But a boss, I don't know. A three-headed dog boss, I don't know what they're talking about.
There's a lot that they can do with them. Alright, Warrior07RS says, what would you say to people who don't like skilling so you can encourage them to skill anyway?
Think of the benefits. I mean, 19 and agility, for example, definitely helps you out with shortcuts, and you just have a passive higher energy regen rate, which is kind of cool.
I think it's
And
something you just have
unlocking
to
more
get into.
content.
At first, it seems kind of stupid, but then when you do it for a while, it's like it feels really good to get high skill stuff. And it just motivates you to keep going.
Nice to just look at the levels and the XP, to be honest. I like seeing that.
Yeah, me too.
When I've tried to encourage people to skill, I've always told them that like for room crafting, if they say like they don't like that, I would tell them that it's like 1.1, 1.2 mil an hour. What's not to like about it? Just trying to sh- show them the positives of skilling.
Kind of got to ease into it though. Like I remember watching Jebram's video where he's dropping one fish at a time, and I was like, hell no, I'm never doing that shit.
Yeah, I
Then
said the
I
same
did it.
shit and I ended up doing it.
Yeah, you gotta just gotta ease into it. You can't just like force somebody into it. Eventually, they really want to. They will eventually get into it.
I remember watching
Yeah,
one
I
of
think it's a
Jebram's
personal
video.
thing.
You carry on, mate.
No, I was just gonna say, I don't think you can really convince somebody. It's just a personal thing. If you don't like it, then you're not gonna do it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. I remember watching one of Jebram's videos, and he was free tick cooking, and that's the first time I ever saw free tick cooking. I was like, what the fuck this idiot doing, mate? Just AFK them. And I'm now free tick cooking as we speak. Yep.
Yeah, I think with some skills, like it takes a little while to like want to keep doing them. Like I remember when I first started runecrafting, it seemed like really click intensive, and after like 5 hours, I would be really sick of it. And then by the time I'd been doing it for like a few weeks or a few months, I could easily do it for like 10 hours straight and not really feel anything. And then with mining, I hated it at first, and it was kind of hard to get used to because it's so click intensive. But the more you do it, the less you like are bothered by it, and you kind of enjoy it. And it's cool to be able to get to that point where you can just like do hard, like difficult skills without much difficulty.
Acquired taste.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that, Trance. Next is talk about other competitive skilling clans and how you think they will do in the future. Um, I guess the really only other competitive skilling clans would be Solus, and we went against them in the Skilling Cup in the summer, and I think it was two or three of the skills they had like 98% of the XP we were able to get. So they were really, really good. They're really, really competitive, and I'm looking forward to the next Skilling Cup next summer because I'm sick as fuck, by the way. So for the people who are hearing me with a
You're a sick nerd. All right.
but no, the looking forward to what they can do in the future because that friendly competition is great.
Also with Solus, instead of a top EHP rank requirement, they have a flat EHP requirement to join, so they get a lot more members than we do, or a lot of new members at least. And if they can get new members and teach them the skill well, that it'll have some real competition next year.
Yeah, what he said.
All right,
Pretty much.
someone said it seems to me that a lot of '07 players just want a November 19th, 2012 scape, which is the day before EOC came out with the new continent, preset banking, and so on. What are your thoughts about that claim?
Go
And
play
thanks.
Legacy mode. I would have not came back if they just said, "Oh, pre-EOC servers." We're like, "Yep, that's shit too. See you, mate."
Yeah,
They
there's
just,
root span, there's spins, there's other
yeah,
stupid things.
like
Yeah, it was
Which way does
going
he-
downhill before then.
honestly, if you want like pre-EOC, like Legacy's right there. It's pretty much the same.
I think a lot of people just like the XP a lot.
I think the majority of people are worried about the combat, to be honest. But I think it's
One
like,
thing I miss are swords and herbivore habitat.
I don't miss anything. I didn't really play after 2009, and I think we got most of that stuff now anyway.
All right, Jeet says, do you have any ideas for future Hunter updates? They did pull two other um, Hunter things. They were like a Wolverine, I think was one, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
there was, I don't know what, was it like a great giant kite or something?
Yeah, something like that.
And those both failed. I don't really think they had much uh, draw to them, like reward wise. Would have been real
They were just a
curious to
name.
see what the XP rates on those would have ended up being, though. I mean, I don't really have any
Well,
ideas after
since
some have
John
failed.
doesn't have 99 Hunter, probably an improvement over Black Chins, but yeah,
Or no profit though.
I
yeah,
know
probably.
Trance had a real good idea for Future Hunter update on the new
What?
continent.
I mean, they were just saying, would you want a new continent? And I was just like, slightly more EXP than Black Chins, but no profit. Like 200k an hour, but absolutely no profit. Something like that.
I think it would be cool if they expanded on, like they added higher level versions of things like tracking and like hunting other types of things. Because right now it's just box trapping.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
pretty
good
much
point.
always been that way.
There's more than just box traps and salamanders to hunting.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Like to actually have tracking that's like good XP or has good rewards or something.
Yeah.
That would be real nice. What do you think, Clayton? I know you used to do a lot of Hunter early in old school.
Well, they could fix the hunter gear as a start, but
Yeah.
I really can't think of much to be honest.
I hadn't even thought about the Hunter gear. It would be nice to see that being updated to actually have use.
Does it not
Yeah,
work?
it's funny thinking about like all the people because I did hunter early on. Like everybody wore the hunter gear, but knowing that it's useless, pretty much everybody wore it for no reason.
Yeah, it has no effect. It doesn't do anything. It's useless.
I never knew that.
The more you know. They did it a real long while back. I wasn't sure if it was intentional or not. Does anyone know?
What?
Making the hunter gear not help.
Or they
I think
so
the
originally
coding
it
was
did, but
messed
they
up
made it.
and go on, go on.
I don't know any. I thought it always did nothing. They just confirmed that it did nothing.
No, it was broken and it didn't have the desired effect, so they just removed it
When was this? I don't.
at the
I thought it
start
was
of old
like
school,
too
I
hard
think.
to fix or something like that.
No, the
What was it
reason
doing that
was
was wrong?
because I'm not quite sure, but the reason for them not fixing it at the start of old school was they were going to fix it, but I think the RS team said, "Oh, it doesn't work in our game either. Don't fix it. It would make our game look bad." And the original like thing that RS3 uh, devs wanted was old school wouldn't have anything that they didn't have, but I guess that's kind of changed, so there'd be no reason not to fix it now. But the original reason was because the RS3 devs didn't want to look bad. Kind of a terrible
Ridiculous.
Well,
reason,
they already
but
look bad because their game's shit. So
Yeah, that's
ooh,
the
kill
thing they
him.
were worried about making their game look bad.
At least they can't AFK for 6 hours straight. Alright, I'll shut up.
Alright.
Flash can again.
Trees asks what is the best herb to plant strictly for GP per hour. It's Snapdragon and it's like 1.6 mil GP per hour right now based on current prices. It'll probably always be Snapdragon as well. Right behind it is Torstol, I believe, according to this spreadsheet. And
I actually just checked today, and they're about the same exact profit as Snapdragons. Because you make about 20k GP per seed on average with both.
both real good.
More XP.
And then I think Raynars are like 1.3 mil an hour, so those are still really good as well. But yeah, Snapdragon, Torso, and then a step under that would be Raynar. Presumi says, "What would what would you think of a solution would be to keep the prices of high-level Slayer boss and other drops high? Items like the Kraken Tentacle, AGS, Tacits, and other things like that are not leaving the game, so their price can really only go down."
Definitely like to see attachments for like pretty much every piece of high level content to make it degradable, but who would use a degradable AGS for like a few extra strength bonus? Let's be honest, that shit's 50 mil.
Yeah,
I think AGS will always be high.
yeah, because people PK with AGSs.
But even if you die with it, it doesn't take one out of the game.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
guess
think
that's
they
true.
really ever leave the game.
But I mean, the point of the Kraken Tentacle is to make whips not be so for something like that, crashing makes sense, and I'm fine with that. You can have an attachment for an attachment, so
Yeah. Honestly, the Kraken Tentacle being cheap's a good thing, so more people can degrade whips for cheaper.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those items
I
shouldn't
do
be
like
expensive.
degradable attachments. Seen some things on like either the forums or on Reddit where someone is like, for the love of God, please stop putting in degradable shit. It's just like pretty much just a boring update. But I think those are some of the better updates that the game can have is by having degradable items like that.
Definitely good for the longevity of the game, because it keeps drops interesting, because they're actually worth something.
Definitely. Um, what do you guys think about a solution though?
More, please, thank you.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, I guess more.
Yeah, I wouldn't see a problem with more degradable things.
For no ads for degradable Kraken
Hey,
Hatchet? What?
that
They
that
should have
that
a
brings.
attachment for the smoke battle staff, which allows you to AFK for 12 hours, not 6.
That'd be great.
Come on, man.
That'd be fantastic.
All right,
Couldn't resist, man.
all right. So what Trance said about the ads, we'll move into this. Eric Brinkmeyer wanted us to talk about the Infernal ads. I kind of had an idea that I wanted. I sent it to Ash. I think this was a couple months ago, and just ignoring all the high ass requirements that I wanted to put on it. Pretty much, it would be a degradable Inferno, or like you would attach the Adze onto a Dragon Axe, and it would last for like 5,000 logs, and it would light. I mean, how much of the logs it lights is really up for debate, but if you wanted to just go off the RS3 one with it lighting 33%, it would work for 5,000 logs. Over not like it wouldn't burn 5,000 logs, but just overall 5,000 logs that you actually physically cut. And I don't know, like Dragon Axes are really cheap in price, like 300-400K, and they're really not that useful, or I mean, not high in price for how much use they really have. They have like almost no value to them. Adding a degradable Dragon Axe in would raise the price in that, and I don't know. What would you guys think about something like that?
I would definitely
Um,
like that. I have like 3 Dragon Axes sitting in my bank right now that I just can't be fucking sell because they're so worthless.
I like the idea of a degradable thing, but I don't like the ads anyway, because you get 66 mil fire making for not fire making. I don't like it when you get XP for not actually training the skill. It just kind of makes no sense.
Barbarian fishing? What?
Yeah, I don't really like that either, to be honest, but it's in the game, so rip.
Yeah, and superheating.
I could see it working like a, rather than burning logs, working like a Juju potion where it would have a chance of teleporting logs to your bank or something.
That's
Yeah, I don't see
interesting.
a problem with superheating, because you are actually casting magic to Smith. So I don't really see a problem with that, to be honest. But yeah,
I would prefer not to have an Adze, but if they were to come out with something, I would want it to be a degradable Dragon Axe that you would attach the Adze onto.
Pretty sure Randy wants bonfires.
yeah.
I would abstain. Alright,
You have no opinion? The hell, man.
man, I'm such a bad guy.
I'm gonna leave the clan because you don't have an opinion on bonfire.
Alright, who are some players you see coming into Hexis in the next few months and their impact on the clan? I probably should have made a list, but
Slayer lamp.
we've got a lot of people who are like smileys in the CC who have like above 1,000 EHP. I think we have like more than a dozen people who I would consider as being potential members. I don't really have exact names, but I think that they have a lot to contribute to the clan from a community standpoint, being interactive with everyone, and just keeping the clan active, I guess, really would be their impact on the clan.
I'd like to see users join the clan. He's been in the clan chat for a year, but still hasn't joined, and he's got way over the requirement. It's kind of
Yeah.
weird to see him not join. One day,
He
man, one
does
day.
what he does.
So why doesn't he join?
I have no
I don't
clue,
know.
really. I just think he doesn't want the tattoo on his, wants Hexis tattooed on him, I guess. I don't know. I really don't know. But I think that the future members will have a really positive impact on the clan, long term and short term. Because there are people who are slowly going inactive. We have lost a lot of members due to inactivity and just quitting, but they've always been replaced by new people who are active and just coming in the clan, really. They're not really filling a void of players quitting the game, going inactive, but I guess it's indirectly what they do. I don't know how to really say that. I'm looking forward to people joining.
Road to 100 members.
I don't think we'll ever come close to 100. We've been sitting around. Hexis has been between about 55 and 65 members for more than a year now, and it's been pretty stable at that quantity. People been leaving, people been coming, but it's always been sitting around 55 to 65.
I think when we can only recruit 250 people, and a lot of those people are in clans like Slay Stars and Solace, kind of hard to grow bigger than around that number.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd say it's pretty impressive that we have like a quarter or a fifth of the total people available that would
Pretty
join our
cool.
clan.
I like it. OSRS needs free to play. Says, what are your opinions on permanent free to play access for new members while keeping a 90-day waiting period? Alright, pretty much so. Like, if someone cancels their membership to play free to play, they would have to wait 90 days before actually getting to play on free to play. But if they made a new account, they'd have permanent access.
I don't see the point in allowing completely new players to play and then people who have played before not allowed to play. It's kind of stupid.
Well, I think it would kind of try to reinforce that they don't want people quitting just for free to
Yeah,
play, so
I
that's why I
see
would
that.
put like a little
I see
window
that.
on it. Like you'd have,
Honestly, I think the majority of the players, once you taste membership, going back to free to play is awful.
Yeah, I kind of doubt they'd lose many members. But I would love to see free-to-play just because it kept the price of so many items up high and it allows for a lot of growth for the game and stuff. As long as they were able to keep the bot situation in check, then I think it would be really good for the game.
Weth is
I've really never seen a point in free to play.
Weth is a mastermind. I think he could handle it.
You don't see a point in free to play,
Yeah.
Clayton? Why not?
Can't say no to growing the game.
No, I don't know. I've just always felt like that, really.
I think the biggest
Nats would
problem
rise
is that
and lots
oh
of
yeah,
blue
for
rewards
sure.
would rise.
The thing is, everyone seems to think free to play will make old school have like 50,000 people playing instantly. It's like, yeah, maybe if like I don't know, 1,000 people might start playing, but it's not gonna have a drastic effect on the game.
Yeah, it wouldn't be drastic, but like I know there's a few people I've talked to like at my school and work and stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I used to play that game," and then they ask about like, would I be able to play now? And I'm like, "Yeah, you could play RS3, but you wouldn't really be able to play old school for very long before you had to get members." And I think that deters a lot of people that might just like want to give it a try again or something.
I think that the free to play trial should be increased a lot longer than what it was or what it is.
Yeah, 2 weeks kind of sucks.
I mean, if someone's new trying to get into the game, they're not really gonna commit that much time. They may only get to play 5 to 10, 20 hours or so in 2 weeks, and then their time's up. They don't want to make a new account. I think it should be at least a month.
Yeah.
All right, Vulperians, long question here. What do you think of a gear cosmetic store being implemented in the game The purpose is simply for people to wear items they haven't bought yet, simply to see if it'll look good with other worn items. Fashionscape. If you log, teleport, or anything like that, the cosmetic item is removed. If you like it, you can buy one off of another player. I don't. It would save people from buying an item, not liking how it looks with the gear, and then having to resell it.
That is the biggest waste of dev time I've ever seen. Absolutely fucking not.
Yeah,
End of story.
no.
Next question.
Who the fuck wrote opinions on my bike being stolen by Volparion? Bit weird.
One of you motherfuckers changed that shit.
Or prick.
Wasn't me.
I don't know what it was. The other question was, we missed that out. All right, we did a great job for 80 minutes holding off. Oh wait, 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 wait! Before we get to that, one more thing. What are your guys' opinions on the Achievement Diary rewards?
Mine's mining is good.
Yeah, apart from mining, it's good. Multi-load mining is going to be like the most efficient way to do mining, which is kind of weird.
Especially since I'm 96 mining from quarry.
Have they given a statement on whether or not Varrock would work at Mudload Mine?
No, they haven't. They haven't said yes or no yet.
If it doesn't, then I'm fine. I mean, it's kind of a lot, but it's still fine. If it does, then it's like the same as Quarry.
Yeah.
Like in terms of the money you make converting that into XP and stuff.
I think they should remove the 20% increase in pay dirt and maybe just make it 20% better ore somehow or something, or just not have anything related to motherload because
Yeah, just give you more
OP.
rune ore. More
Yeah.
profits, nice.
Yeah. I think the profit would be a lot. I like that idea better than the XP. I did like 80% of my XP from 75 to 99 mining. I did that at the load, which was really good at the time, GP wise. It's about the same right now, probably, but I really liked it, and I don't think the XP should be increased for the amount of work that you don't do. I think that the XP is perfectly fine as it is. Like, you can get over 40k an hour and over 400k GP. All this other shit would do would just be making it even better than what it already is. I would be much happier if they improved the GP per hour than the XP. Because you really don't do
Agree to both.
shit. You don't do shit at the load. I was studying for...
They should make Varrock armor not work either.
Yeah, I was doing homework the whole time when I was doing mining. Just like writing papers, reading shit, studying for shit. You don't do anything because you just put the little sound effect on and you can hear when you stop mining.
Yep.
It doesn't require any effort. It shouldn't be as good effective XP per hour as the quarry.
Yeah. I'm fine with quarry being bumped up to like 75k, but I don't think motherload should be touched at all.
You do put a shit ton of effort into quarry, so yeah, more XP is fine.
Yeah.
A little bit more, just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
And they had the desert amulet thing. And it makes the K amulet teleport you on top instead of below the dungeon.
I like that.
Yeah, and it also gives you like water charges, doesn't it?
Enchanted Tiara. He's gonna try to work in... What?
It's an amulet. The desert amulet makes it so you don't need water skins.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You don't need to have the fucking water skins moving in your inventory, or just put them at the top and have to move your mouse a little bit longer.
And the farming stuff they're doing too. Because like the thing with Falador, if you do 3 mage runs a day, you're saving like 500k worth of coconuts by not paying the farmer. There's more money gained than any other daily task that you have, like even the battle staves.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, there's just so many new teleports and like a little boost to XP for farming. It's like a huge increase in
I'm fine with
farming overall.
teleports. I mean,
Yeah, I mean I like it personally, but like Etsk left a comment on my video about it, just saying like how much of a difference it would make compared to when he did farming. I feel kind of bad about that.
The one thing I like the most is the herbalist being able to make your potions unfinished. I wonder how much
totally agree
GP
on
he's
that.
gonna put on that you had like, because
200 maybe.
200 would be the high end, and it would for like at the highest level it would still be worth it to pay 200 each. But I can't.
Yeah,
I would be
that a lot.
surprised if he did put it at 200 because
Like 150.
I think 150 to 100 would probably be what the direction they would go in. Although or maybe they would go through the trouble of like for a Cerebrew it's 200 each, for like a
Yeah,
regular attack pot it's maybe 50.
50.
Yeah.
How much do people actually charge to do the unfinished right now?
Uh,
No,
somewhere between
based on
150
like,
and 200 typically. But
yeah.
the people who do that don't typically have the collateral to do large quantities at a time, like what the herbalist would be able to provide.
And it would just be a good GP sync and it'd make Herblore not such a pain in the ass.
It would be a massive
Yeah, that's what
GP
I was
sync.
about to say, is a GPC.
One thing I'm looking forward to is the Dagonoth Bone noted thingamajig.
Oh,
I'll be able to
yeah.
actually use Dagonoth Bones for prayer. That'll be very interesting.
I like that it'll make the Dag Kings better profit.
That shit's probably like over $1 million an hour with that. Easily.
Yeah.
Fine with
That'll
that.
really drop
The
the
thing is, though, I
price
think it's an
down in
elite
those,
reward,
though.
so
That's
not
for
a lot of people
sure.
will be able to do it.
A lot of PVMers have high stats. I mean, if you look at Slay stats, they're like 10 max players.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Mind you, that's only 10 out of how many PVMers in the game? Guess not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll do something at least.
Yeah.
Dagonoth Bones right now are like 3.6, 3.8k each. They would probably drop down to like 3k.
Quite
The
expensive.
Mortiania legs give you a 10% boost to tasks in Slayer Tower. Really only
But
good for
you'd
Iron
have to
Men.
wear them.
And that's what Ronan said on Twitter or on the forum post that some rewards will require you to wear the item and some won't. I think for that one you will have to.
What is
Yeah,
the
but
So it
reward
was
item?
I don't know. It's a pair of legs. Depending on the stats it gives you, I think I'd rather wear Tasses.
Well,
Oh.
I mean, if you're doing Abbey Demons, you get 10% more Slay XP. You
That's
should probably wear them.
30%. That's 30%. No, it's like 29k XP an hour, which is pretty good to say it's profitable.
Should use them over Tassies.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully you can use Tasses though, because you get wrecked otherwise.
That would be
Like for Iron Man, it'd be good.
that would be
Iron
almost
Man
the
do have
only
these
thing
vectors.
that you would efficiently do them for, though, is just Abbey Demons.
Gargoyles if you do them and Necreals, but Abbey
No, that's not
Spectres
efficient.
no, because you can cannon them.
They're so
Yeah, but
shit.
if you do them, it's better to do them in there.
That's why I said Iron Man. 'Cause Iron Man kill those powder cannon.
Shit, I used to do Necreals. I like the drops.
Oh, okay.
People, don't always do stuff for XP, but just because they like them, you know?
Alright. We've waited a long time. Get ready
Oh my
to
God.
explode. Alright,
I
warning.
want to take this one, honestly.
Hold on. Warning, though, for people who don't...
3 people left.
For...
who are watching.
For the people that don't want to hear us rant about AHK, Nightmare Zone, Guthans, splashing, other shit like that, feel free to stop watching right now, and thank you for watching. For those who want to hear a bunch of nerds complain about a bunch of shit, we'll get on to that. We've saved this for the end on purpose, so let's get into it. What are your guys' opinion on AHK scripts with disproportionate diagonal movements?
Alright, I've used disproportionate diagonal movements for over 3,000 hours, and fine. I just want to say one thing. Anti-cheating rules are the same in RS3 as they are in old school. And in RS3, they have resizable mode, and you can use a 45-degree angle with mouse keys to do what would normally be a disproportionate mouse movement. Why disproportionate mouse movements are fine.
I would never use them. I tried them once because Randy was like, "Hey, I bet you can't do one tick carambo." And I was like, "I made it fucking easy." So I did them for like 10 minutes. I was like, "Yep, can't do them." And I just felt like I was gonna get banned using it. Honestly, I did not feel safe at all. So I
Why?
just got out of there. It just feels sketchy, man.
The triangle.
Not even touching your mouse. You're just doing it all with your keyboard. It just nah. I
I felt sketchy doing one-tick caramels too.
Yeah, I think I'm only ever going to use them to mimic mouse keys. That's I don't know, me playing it safe.
Well, I mean, a
but...
couple months ago you said you never use them, so we'll see about that.
Yeah, that is true.
Shots fired.
Road to legal botting. Let's go.
Yeah, the only script that I've used that has disproportionate diagonals is my banking script for rune crafting. I had one that would go up to the X from where I'd be left with withdrawing. And I mean, I know that Foot uses mouse keys and does the same exact thing. He just has to do 2 inputs instead of 1 to get to that diagonal. So he does it in the same amount of time. I don't really think it's that big of a deal, but I would say like either way, it's not that big of a deal. But like mouse keys can't obviously do that. But mouse keys can also double click with 1 action, so it's kind of ambiguous. The whole issue is just really ambiguous, and the JX mods continue to make it worse by
They keep the
making ambiguous
rules
statements.
deliberately lax so they can enforce the rules where they see fit.
Yeah, it's
I
really
think they said that
frustrating.
on one of the streams. I would love them to make an official rule set for how to use them and how not to use them, but they won't, just because then people will find loopholes and
bend
twist
it.
their bot with it and bend it to their benefit and stuff like that. So they'll never say programs like AHK or stuff like that are acceptable to use because of how far you can push them.
By
Yeah, I kind
automation,
of agree
they
with
don't.
that.
By automation, they mean like dropping something with 1 button.
Yeah, just
Well,
don't
that's what they
automate
mean when they say
anything.
automated, not moving your mouse.
I'm pretty sure they have never said that AHK is outright bannable, but you run the risk of being banned if you use it, which is true, because if you use
Yeah.
it like an idiot and try bot with it, yeah, you'll get
Like
banned.
Mila.
Yeah, Myla made a 6-hour super eating AHK script and got banned straight away.
Yeah.
So, it's not hard to detect.
Which is really interesting because it proves that they know the difference between how we use it and how you shouldn't use it.
I'm pretty sure it's very easy to detect, but I think Modweth knows
Beast.
his shit.
What was that tweet that he sent out yesterday?
He said he will. It was to the effect of, "I will decide what AHK is bannable and what isn't." So
Good man.
that pretty much confirms that some is allowed and some isn't, but he won't say which is allowed and which isn't. So again, ambiguity.
I remember a video that I don't know, it's RC made a really long time ago, and there was an HK question and stuff, and he made a video where he had some program that could detect inputs, and he did one with mouse keys and one with AHK and one just clicking with your mouse, and all of them looked different. So like they can clearly tell whether you're using AHK or mouse keys or stuff like that, but clearly they don't like care if you're using mouse keys 1-to-1 because I don't think anyone's ever gotten banned for it.
Yeah.
All right. This should have been included earlier, actually. If you could remove, when we were talking about adding one thing to the game, I should have put this up there. If you could remove one thing from the game, what would it be, excluding splashing and pretty much all 6-hour training?
Nightmare Zone.
Nightmare Zone in
Nightmare
general,
Zone in
probably.
general.
Just get rid of it. That thing has been a problem child since day one. Like, the amount of problems with that minigame, like, it's not worth it keeping it around. They should just add the rewards to some other minigame and get rid of it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of too late at this point, but it basically just has ruined all combat stats.
Yeah, pretty much.
I would remove door discon chests or quick hopping, I guess. Only part of the game, but it's something they allow.
I really
Courage,
like door
anyway.
chests, but I do agree that they are overpowered for what you have to put into it, and you can't really do them at the level that you can unless you're using Orion. It gives a huge advantage to the people who do them.
Yeah, actually, if I would also have Jagex kill Orion to get rid of everything besides XP trackers.
The only reason I use Orion is for the XP tracker and the XP drop.
Yeah,
just
I
like
think they should
seeing
just
how
add
fast
XP
I'm going.
drops into
Yeah,
the
they should
regular
honestly
game.
add XP drops to the regular game, and an XP tracker would be amazing, but they probably won't.
They won't
'cause
add it because they
even
know
RS3 doesn't have that.
like 70% of the player base uses Orion, and it has it, so they're not gonna.
XP drops can't be that hard to add in, surely.
There are plenty of things that couldn't be hard to do that they ignore. So I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah, I
Not
just kind
anytime
of hate
soon.
Orion in general because it's completely game changing, and there's so many things that I don't feel like are in the spirit of the game at all.
I didn't use Orion for ages because I thought, this shit's sketchy, but I ended up using it anyway.
I jumped on board like the second week after it started becoming like publicized. I don't think that's the right word to use, but popular, I guess. I started using it then and have been since. Best client out
Yeah,
there.
I
the
only
only time I ever
started
actually used
using
it is to
it
track my
like
XP.
I only started using it near the end of 200 mil magic.
It's a great client. I do hope that they do make it like an open source to where people can like add in their own things. Like I've been wanting a magic imbue timer and
Oh god.
what?
Oh, Magic can be timer.
A magic imbue timer, and they're not gonna they'll get to it if they want to get to it, but I'm sure someone else who is a lot smarter than me could make one and it would be available to people to like add it in as a plugin. I would like players to be able to contribute a lot more.
Open source.
Yeah. Alright. What are your guys' opinions on the outcome of the integrity poll and the actions that they took in response?
The actions were not good enough, honestly. Like, I think, okay, they hid splashing. They haven't removed it. They just put it on PvP Worlds. But they did something about it. They changed it with, I think it was like 53% support or something. And then Nightmares and Guthans got like 51% support, but they didn't fix that. So what's the big difference between 2% not to fix something? And in the poll they said, should we fix Nightmares and Guthans? Admitting that it's broken. So they know it's broken, but
Um,
if they know it's broken, why are they even polling it?
I'm gonna actually
What is
look
the
up
point?
quick what the exact words were on that.
I'm
Continue.
fairly sure it's fixed.
Alright, continue with it. Let's see. It's
Is it fixed?
how should we deal with AFK training
Oh,
in
mate.
full
I
Guthans?
was told it said fix. Well, my point's gone. See you, mate.
Uh,
I would say they should have just done 5-minute logout timer for everything. I don't understand why that's not how it is in the first place.
No,
It'd be
it's
very
across the
simple and
board for every
straightforward.
single skill.
Exactly.
I don't see why it's any different for combat. Like, there's not a single fight in the game that legitimately takes longer than 5 minutes. And if there is a fight that lasts that long, you're gonna be clicking because that thing's gonna be fucking like a boss or something.
yeah.
Yeah, it's stupid. It doesn't make any sense.
The only thing that they actually did was ban commission staking. Otherwise, nothing else changed whatsoever. It only made it more inconvenient to splash, and shit. They didn't do shit.
Yeah,
And
pretty
now slashers
disappointed.
are just hidden, so they'll probably never address the issue again because they think they fixed it.
I was
And it's
pretty
still just as big
disappointed
a
that a
problem.
friend made a video
Oh yeah.
That made me so mad.
pretty much saying, "Oh, this is how you splash again. Cool, bye." Like, dude,
I
you
called it
don't
botting
even.
in a comment, and that created
Yeah,
the
you got
biggest
so many
shitstorm ever.
upvotes. Like, the guy doesn't even play old school, but he always comes over to, make botting easier again. What are you doing, man? Okay, I shouldn't say botting. It's got the same result as botting, but it isn't actually botting. It's unfair to say that, but, it's just broken.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They didn't do shit. They need to get off their asses and do something about it. And they are.
I'll probably link your document in the description, by the way.
I guess I could do that. I made a 3 or 4 page document ex- because I personally feel like the entire old school team is way too out of touch with the game because none of them actively play the game on a regular basis, and I feel like they're way too out of touch with the game to know what should and shouldn't be done. I'm not saying how to do their job. I'm just trying to suggest better ways since they are asking for suggestions. And yeah, I wrote like a 4 page document on enlightening them on the problem, explaining its full potential, and having a rebuttal to some of their comments saying like it takes a significant amount of time to be able to do like the Nightmare Zone Guthans, really doesn't. It can be done in less than 55 hours. That's what I was able to accomplish it with, doing it on a second account at the same time. And that's not a significant time investment. They just are really ignoring it for I have no clue what reason.
They're basically saying once you do 7% of attack, defense, and strength, 7% is in level 70, that's 7% of the XP needed for 99, you'll unlock the ability to complete the skill without actually playing the game. They should add that to the unlocks list on the skill tab or something.
It feels like they think players have a right to do it.
No,
And they
players think
said,
they've got a right to do it. It's like, I've got 14 lobsters to look after, please let me bot. It's like, mate, come on.
and they said, they fixed. Well, they said they fixed smashing so that when the new continent comes out, we can do high level magic content without worrying about everybody being able to do it.
Yeah,
There's
but
not going to
didn't
be any
fix
high
it
level
whatsoever.
combat.
Exactly.
Exactly.
What about the snake boss with everyone being able to do that? That'd crash the price very quickly for
now.
people who legitimately train.
Yep.
So their point is pretty, hypocritical, really.
There's a whole lot of problems that they are just ignoring. Hiding the problem is not going to solve it. And that'll wrap it up for the third Hexis podcast. Thanks for everyone for watching. If you have any topic ideas or any questions you have to ask or anything, just leave a comment below, or you can fill out a form in the description, which got a lot of feedback on that, which was really nice. Thank you guys for watching, and next Hexis podcast will be in 2 more weeks.